Hello, Brother Bev. Consumption of a timer. Consumption of a timer based upon the procession of knowing the prospectum and the primbiscid primarily. Oh. Hmm. Chinese Chinatown Confucius Empire. Oh. Anyway, the elixir of knowing the blockson is the ordering system of a form, because in relation to the deployer, the inking system of a pom-pom is a know-how in relation to the subverse, because the subverse is based upon the intuition of Galactaton. Because in that way, Galactaton, first word, is an econom of knowing how to present the Akashanam. Position timer 84. 6 P 3 P 1 P. Data Technology Compliance Network Aura. C 10 3 1. Position timer subluxon delicacy editite. Sipa. Melissan Kashanang Dalakasata Shashonong Didi Dalakasasan Lumatan Petition Akala Bolo 5C. Position of an assassin, because in that way the Lakata is a division to support the Sucha Suplang in Balong, but in Balong, in Balong. The 32, 21 and 56 history of the Elakasan is an old Grishana of the world creator. The artificial fake art is antithesis of Karvan, but in that way the Bureau will lexan in relation to Tomokana and Trishon of Interconton. C 1231. The dimension of a formula in relation to the old creator. The Jeshana is a nana of knowing how the world works in relation to the webcasts. And in relation to the webcasts, the Lekashasan of knowing that the pointer will be viewing into the selector auto. Because in that way, the 1 on 2, 3 on 4, 3 on 6, and 2 on 9 is a plexus in relation to Demos. In relation to Demos, the Fushatasa is a Nakala of law and intercessor of knowing how to import the Siddhat. Because the Siddhat is the Trikshasanan of the era. And in that way, the Bilekasasas is knowing Rakasana of Inso. The fifth review to support the Soho is 1 on 3, 2 on 5, and 6 on 1, the Saplum of Blong. Because see compass. War. Oh, that's war. Right. No, war. Yeah. Well, the Black Sun, Blatzel Akatase, is the old world creator in relation to the sensation of Anubis, because the Saha is Orono, Enichison of the Ploh. But the oval in relation to Bel, the Nikison is the Nantan of Mena, because in that time, if there is an Ichsasaso in relation to Dalam, the Ditsasasis is the portion of Long, the Resha Ditsasa. I do not create the world. Yeah. Gateholder. The RoboCop plus 1221 deflation simplum in relation to God Contraction by the Roshansan of frequency. But in relation to that form, the Sisakoshan of knowing that the robot, the key far, is the God robot. So in the fifth element, the second of knowing how to confirm the electricity in relation to the surplus and the avalanche of Avalachi is the antithesis of Bra. Je et Sene. Blek Sankana Dishana Dirvisono Delanka Dishana Dilisha Etata Toronto Dishintana Dilishana Toron Dishintila. Open religion. But open religion in base is the lexicist and also topologicist the wall in relation to the cofron of Ned Kelly, and in that way when the Kashana of the orbit composition the open SSL, the graphics of this mandala is the Rishta of the Lokato, because in that way the location of the open laxis open character, because this gate is the Trochon of the 51 religion, compromising the function of Cephas, because in that way the richest is knowing the photo of Krishna. But in the case of the manna in relation to the oil, the dimension of the fifth lens is an ishatam in relation to a prolong, because in that way the magnitude of the mimon is the chassis of the dark crystal. Of the dark crystal is the precision of Blond and electricity, and in that way with the name Chum is symptom of Simak. But in the time of knowing the old world creator, the Rekesesa Iranono is the Tukshasa of man. The dimension of the old world creator, the intellectual of the function, is the thesis. But in that time, with the Lankatan of Hong Kong, the Asia Etata, because the richest sun is the Nakana of knowing how to attribute the Cetos, because in Le Kon Sansan, but the sequence is the selection of hibernation. Trilla Chongchong. Trilla Chongchong, yeah, is the nectarine of knowing how to Dolokshon Delche Ekata Datala. Because the God ratio of the frequency will exercises into the Hema. But though your Hema is the reckoner of ocean, but the balance of shore is just a cessation of Laganization. And in that way, the luxury of feng shui is the tata of mana, because the perla is that the welder. So in that way, the conversion of this gate is an necessary of knowing how to relax the exercise, because in that time, the blancon of knowing the justice is the tense, and in that way, the luxury of the frequency would be the hina drushon atasan of cannabis, and in that time, the cannabis will outlook into the anti-form of Frieza, because Batman, the movie, an old one with Albert Einstein versus an election, his character is a Frieza. So in that time, with the polixicist of knowing how to absolute the lexicon of knowing the Lacan, the Shisisan and Nakatasha in relation to the ESP. No, I'm not the creator on Alien, but I do have ESP. But anyway, in relation to the polixicist, the knowing of how to insasang, the rationale of knowing Lacan, it is the descendant of the rock soil. And the rock soil is a reflection of knowing the langang of Intasi Akototo inherit vintage compound copra.